Hello, my name is Erica Alexander and today I'll be analysing and discussing Steers Proprietary Limited and their current business situation. The purpose of this presentation will be to give advice, critique, challenge and make recommendations to Steers Proprietary Limited to improve and develop new and current strategies throughout the company. Steers Proprietary Limited is a private company, meaning being controlled and operated by individuals and not offered for public sale. Steers Proprietary Limited specialises in manufacturing boats in southeast Queensland. The company has a small team of managers who all work hard and are very well qualified, although there are some issues that need to be reconsidered and corrected. Currently at Steers, the management team are using two different types of managerial styles. These styles are characteristics of the manager, which then reflects onto staff, decision-making and general company values. The two current management styles are autocratic, the style of management where decision-making and work situations are controlled by the top, and participative laissez-faire, where management joins with staff to make a group decision whilst being hands-off and allowing team members to make decisions. As there are two conflicting management styles, a new and more effective one must be implemented to elevate the success of the company. Two potential managerial styles for Steers Proprietary Limited are consultative and persuasive. These two managerial styles are the alternate styles that aren't currently in place at Steers. Consultative is a style that is another step away from boss-centered management towards employee-centered management. Management consults with staff before making significant decisions. Persuasive is a style that management takes the trouble to communicate its decisions thoroughly and effectively to staff. Management sells decisions it has made to staff. Before making any recommendations on managerial styles, to help determine the best option for Steers Proprietary Limited, the current internal business situation needs to be evaluated and analysed. To start off with the recommendation process, I have made a SWOT analysis to easily determine the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of Steers Proprietary Limited. Some strengths include hard-working managers, well-qualified staff, and regular staff meetings are held. Some weaknesses are inconsistent management styles, poor training and development, no HR manager, lack of team spirit, and CEO micromanaging. Some opportunities are that technology has allowed process reforms, and a major threat is that other boat manufacturers will take over Steers as clients. There are multiple cases of poor industry standards and potential risks in the current way that Steers Proprietary Limited operates. Steers' productivity levels and ways of communication are lacking, and these issues can cause both short and long-term effects on the business. Productivity is a measure of the efficiency of a person, machine, or factory system in converting inputs into useful outputs. Steers Proprietary Limited are having difficulties in their productivity and production units, which is putting their business at risk. Firstly, the company has recently reformed its production line with the aim to increase its profitability and efficiency. Although, with this change, Steers do not invest money into staff professional development, resulting in the staff not being trained effectively in the reformed process. Because of this, Steers is now manufacturing half the number of boats since the introduction of the new processes. To rectify the issue, Steers must firstly invest money into professional development for their staff. As this is a clear issue that is harming the company, they cannot afford to further their manufacturing process without any form of induction on how the new production runs. This shows how Steers' productivity levels are low, as they are receiving no profit from what they are producing. Another occurrence in the means of productivity is that the administrative and finance staff are well paid, but are expected to work long and flexible hours, including on Sundays. This internal situation has a domino effect on the business as the staff become tired and overworked, productivity levels drop, and the business goes downhill. Here is a graph showing the productivity levels of workers over time based on a 60-hour and 40-hour per week basis. As shown, over the period of 8 weeks for the 60-hour workers, productivity is at a dramatic decline, whereas for the 40-hour workers, productivity is at a still level. A solution to diminish the problem is to minimize their hours and evenly distribute workload. Managers should sit employees down individually and discuss their duties and consult prioritizing their work. This would mean that the consultative managerial style would best fit the company, as managers would allow employees to take matters into their own hands and make their own decisions, rather than the persuasive managerial style which persuades and sells employees into new decisions. When it comes to productivity, Steers Proprietary Limited are going downhill. There are many resolutions to rectify the issues before matters worsen. A consultative managerial style is the best option to go for, Rather than the other alternative persuasive style, a staff needs to be able to never underestimate their workload and how to manage it effectively. Much like productivity, poor communication is something that Steers Proprietary Limited is struggling with. Communication plays a big part in staff morale, team spirit, and human resources. Starting off with linking communication with morale, morale means the psychological state of a person as expressed in self-confidence, enthusiasm, and/or loyalty to an organization. A survey answered by workers shows that almost 50% say that the consultative managerial style is their preference when it comes to work. The step away from boss-centered management makes them feel that they can focus without feeling pressured, increasing their morality and work ethic. In terms of productivity, happy employees are productive employees, and there is a definite correlation between productivity and morale. When an employee's morale is high, the level of job satisfaction and overall well-being are also high. This means that employees work better together and function as a cohesive team. So, in hindsight, change it to a consultative style of management, staff's morale, productivity, and team discussion would arise. Another problem that Steers has is that there is no human resource manager in the company. A human resource manager is responsible for hiring new employees, supervising employee evaluations, mediation between employees, and general overseeing of the personnel department. Human resource bridges communication gaps between management and employees and offers staff the opportunity to release their frustrations with the company and report wrongdoings. As Steers currently doesn't have a human resource manager, there is no communication bridge between the managers and employees. The absence of a human resource manager could also mean that the team spirit and morality in the workplace is low. To resolve any communication issues, simply hiring a human resource manager could solve the issue and uplift positive communication in the business. As discussed, Steers Proprietary Limited has some communication problems that could potentially put their business at risk. Given recommendations could help them back on their feet and keep moving forward as a successful and effective business. In conclusion, Steers Proprietary Limited is a private business which is struggling with their productivity levels and communication skills. Per findings, changing the company's mixed managerial styles to a definite consultative managerial style, the business will notice a positive change. Also, investing in professional development days for staff, minimizing and prioritizing workload for administration employees, and hiring a human resource manager will make a significant impact on the company. Hoping that Steers Proprietary Limited will accept these recommendations, I wish that they grow into a more successful and profitable business.